Yo, what's good, y'all? In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my full process of how to design the perfect spring flannel using Procreate for iPad, and a couple of my personal mockups and brushes for Procreate, which I'll be sure to link in the description below if you guys are interested in following along. This video is all about building some essential design fundamentals while still giving yourself plenty of creative freedom to flip it and use it in any of your creative projects however you choose to do so. I really hope you guys can learn something from this, so be sure to follow along and let's jump right into it. So first things first, before we get started, we want to go ahead and set up our canvas. So today's canvas that we're going to be working on is going to be 4,000 pixels by 4,000 pixels at 300 dpi. So now that we have a blank canvas here, let's go up here to our actions, and I'm going to go to canvas and then drawing guide, and then I'm going to edit that drawing guide, and then I'm going to go all the way here to the end to symmetry. And what that'll do is put a line straight down the center, which will help us keep our design centered, neat, and organized. So now that we have our canvas set up, what I want to do is go ahead and find a mockup. And this mockup is going to act as our canvas for our concept that we're going to be designing today. So I'm going to go to Quatro's Tops from Quatro's Procreate pack, and I'm going to scroll down to the middle, and I'm going to locate the boxy flannel front brush. And then on my layer 1, I'm just going to tap down one time, and it should appear just like this. So now what I want to do is just kind of zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to go up here to my arrow tool, and I'm just going to zoom in on this blue and green dot here, and I'm going to make sure that those are aligned with that center symmetry line that we had created a little bit earlier. And like I said, that's just going to help us keep everything centered, and it's going to make the design process a lot easier. So now from here, we can kind of expand this out, just pulling this top and bottom up until that fits on our canvas nicely. And then once we have that, we can rename this layer our outline layer. So now that we have this outline layer, what I want to do first is go ahead and erase this pocket. We're not going to be using this pocket, but we're going to be adding in some of our own details a little bit later in the process. But first, let's go ahead and just start by erasing that. So now that we have our outline that we're going to be working with, what we could do is duplicate it and then swipe left and lock that top duplicated layer. So now we have our two outlines, and what I want to do now is add in one more layer, and this is going to be our color layer. So now we're going to be selecting the base color that we want our garment to be. For this, I'm thinking like a deep kind of purplish red color, probably in this area, almost like a plum color. I think something like that would look really nice. And it's really dark, but I think it's going to look really nice once we actually start building out this mockup a little bit more. So now here we have our color layer, and we want to make sure our color layer is below that second unlocked outline layer. And that's because what we're going to do is just pinch these two layers together. And what that does is it merges them to one. And then we can go to our selection tool up here, our automatic selection tool selected, and tap down one time in the background. And once we can see that the background color is changed, that means that that area is selected. So now we can go to our arrow tool, and we can drag that right off of our screen. And that leaves us with this deep plum flannel base here. And really quick, I think this is a little dark. I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit so we can see everything that we're working with a little bit better. So I'm just going to go to that color and then drag up a little bit, and then select a color like that. So I think that looks pretty good. Now what we could do is rename this layer, and let's call this our base. Okay, so now we have our outline layer and we have our base layer. And now what I want to do is add in one more layer, and let's rename this our pattern layer. And then here on our pattern layer, we're going to click on this one time and make sure it's set to clipping mask, and also make sure it's set to drawing assist. And with that drawing assist turned on, we'll do is make sure that whatever we do to one side of our canvas will copy over to the other side. And that's why we set up that symmetry guide very early on in the process. And like I said, these little things just really make the process 10 times easier going forward. So you want to make sure that you get all those things out the way first. So now here on our pattern layer though, I'm going to go to Quatro's brushes, and I'm going to locate the plaid 1 brush. That's going to be like above the rhinestones in between the ribbing and below some of the zippers as well. So now here on our pattern, I'm going to select this purple color, and I'm going to select like a deeper purple color, but not quite black, probably something like that. I'm also going to max out our size of our pen. And now what we want to do is, holding the pen down to the canvas, we want to just start kind of coloring in this texture onto our flannel. And the reason why we don't pick up the pen is because once we start picking it up, it kind of creates like this muddy overlay effect that I don't particularly like. So that's why I said we just want to keep our pen held down to the canvas the entire time, and just kind of go over all of the spots where we want to fill in our pattern here. So I'm going to go around the collar area as well, make sure all the spots are filled. Okay, so now that we have our pattern and that looks pretty nice, what I want to do is add one more layer, and we're going to rename this layer our texture layer. And we're also going to make sure this is set to clipping mask and drawing assist as well. And now what I want to do on this texture layer is locate a color that we want to work with. So I'm thinking like a light reddish color, probably somewhere in this area could be cool. And I'm going to go back to Quatro's brushes again, and using the rough wash brush now, I'm going to just lightly start kind of coloring in some different spots on this mockup, just anywhere where I think this texture might look nice without it being too overbearing to our main design here. And then also make sure we get some on the sleeves as well, and a little bit of that texture down here at the bottom. And once we have our texture set, it should look something like this. And now what I want to do is tap this in button and go to our layer options. And there's a bunch of different options you can kind of try and play around with. They all give you, different effects. But the one that I think will look nice is going to be the add. I think that just really brightens up the mockup and really pops off that really dark base that we started with. But I'm going to turn down the opacity some, probably to about 50%, and I think that just adds a nice bit of texture to it. And if we want to go in and add in a couple more highlights, we could definitely do that. But I think that texture is looking really nice so far. And now moving on, let's add in one more layer, and we're going to rename this, let's call this our pockets. And that's why we had deleted that pocket from earlier, because we're going to be adding in our own pockets here. So now I'm going to go to Quattros brushes again, and then all the way at the bottom here, there's going to be a bunch of different pocket options. So I think I'm going to go with these cargo pockets here, and also making sure that this is set to drawing assist. So when we put down one pocket, it copies onto the other side as well. So now I just want to kind of get the sizing right and figure out where I want that pocket to go. I think pocket probably like right there. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit larger and then place it right about there. And I think that looks really nice for our pocket detailing, but it does kind of blend in with our background. And I think that pocket placement looks nice there, but I'm going to tap on this layer one time and go to alpha lock. And then I'm going to set my color to white, and I'm going to just locate any brush. This is just the hard airbrush from the airbrushing section, and I'm going to zoom in, and now I'm just going to color white onto the stitching that's already a part of the cargo pockets, and just being kind of careful in these tighter areas. And I think what that does is it adds a nice pop of detail and really makes those pockets stand out a little bit more. And now that we're adding in this white stitching detail, what I want to do is unlock this outline, that top outline that we had first started with, and I'm also going to set this to alpha lock. And now I'm just going to go through again on all of these stitches and just start making these white to be able to add a good amount of contrast to this darker base flannel that we're working on here. And I think these little things like the contrast stitching and textures just really add a lot to any kind of basic design, and it makes your designs look a lot more professional in the process as well. So now that we have our white stitch detailing, we can go ahead and lock our outline back. So now what we could do is add in one more layer, and I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to call it our pocket detail. And I'm going to go back to Quattros brushes and locate the double stitch brush, the double plain stitch brush rather. And now I'm going to go to our pocket here, and this is where we could add in some kind of logo or symbol or a patch even if we wanted to. I'm just going to turn on drawing assist, and right here I'm just going to kind of draw out a C shape, and then just let that be our logo for today's concept, and kind of fit that into place where we want that to go, and just erase some of this excess as well, so it's not too much overlap onto the other parts of our design. Okay, so yeah, just gonna place that C design right there like that. And then one last detail that I'm thinking is adding in some words to the sleeves. So in order to do that, let's add in one more layer, and we're gonna go to our actions here. Let's go to add, and then let's add in some text. And the text that I'm going to put on these sides is just going to say supply, as in Quattro supply. And then we can edit our style. And the font that I'm going to be using today is called Ancient Medium. I'll be sure to link it in the description below as well. Now after dragging it to size, I'm just going to change the color on this. And I think a nice yellowish color will look really nice off of this purple. I'm kind of go with like a purple and gold theme a little bit, but a very light yellow, something like that. And now I'm going to drag this down over our texture layer and make sure it's set to clipping mask as well. And now from here, what we could do is just start rotating this until it fits, until it looks like it'll fit nicely onto our sleeve area. So we could just kind of place this right about there. I think that looks pretty nice. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this so we can get it to the other side as well. And we're just going to rotate this the other direction now, and making sure it stays pretty symmetrical with our other side there. But we can place this right about there. And now from here, now that we have our two supply designs on the sleeves, we can just merge these together, and we could just call this our, so let's just call this our supply sleeves. And just to round this out, I want to add in one more last detail, and that's just going to be our shadows layer. I usually do my shadows a lot earlier in the process, but this specific concept that we're working on today has a lot of little details that just makes it a lot easier to go back and do the shadows once everything is done. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to Quattros brushes, and I'm going to be using the Acid Wash 1 brush, and I have that color selected to black. And here I am on this shadow layer. Let's go ahead and rename that really quick. Again, make sure this is set to drawing assist and clipping mask. Okay, and before we even get started, I'm going to drop the opacity down to about 65 as well. So now from here with the shadows, what I like to do is start going around very lightly on the edges, just following this black outer line of our mockup and going all the way around and just very lightly coloring in, around that area. And I feel like that kind of dictates a lot where these shadows kind of fall. on a more realistic garment. I'm also getting some on this body area down here as well. And then just following all of these seams, just so we can really sell the idea of depth with our pieces. And again, like I said, these little details really make a big difference when it comes to presenting your mock-ups, whether it's a commission, a client, whether it's your audience or anything like that. I feel like these details just add a lot of punch to your designs, and they make you look a lot more serious as a designer for sure. So again, just kind of going through and some of these areas where shadows might fall, so under pockets and under folds, different things like that. And if you need to look up some references while you're doing this, I would definitely suggest you do that as well. But after a while, you kind of get a hang of it and seeing how these shadows would fall on your mock-ups. I'm also going to go through and color in this inner part of our garment here as well. And after we add in those shadows, it should look something like this. And yeah, I think that about wraps up our design for today. If you learned something, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. The Procreate mockups, brushes, and other products of mine are available now on my website at quatrosupply.com. So if you're interested, I definitely recommend you check those out. And there's also a lot we didn't get to go over today, which is fine. Just be sure to leave a comment below of what you want to see more of, and I got you with that. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.